Yeah, so Jeremy Herrell only got 6 months in prison and then 6 months home arrest. It was worded home prison, but it's just home arrest. What a lucky SOB. I'm gonna call and complain to that judge. I tell you what. I tell you what. That's like he got the kind of sentence that for a guy that doesn't have any priors. So I'm guaranteeing you right now that Jeremy got a gay liberal judge and he sucked him off a few times to get 6 and 6. He had to. He had to. Yeah. That's okay. I'm still going to send him some pictures. 6 and 6. Man, that's highway robbery for a legal system. People in Kentucky ought to be pissed off. Need to vote in a new judge. That judge ain't doing shit. You can defraud the VA and you ain't going to get but 6 months in prison. That's it. Technically, it's 4 to 10 months, I think, or 12 or something like that. And then he does the rest, another 6 months at home arrest. But it's pretty much 6 and 6 is what they're saying. Bomb pop. Can't get them in prison. I'm showing liberals how to eat a bomb pop. And they give a liberal bomb popping. He thinks that's how you suck on a bomb pop. They're stupid. Now that's a good lollipop. The white flavor is my favorite flavor when I'm eating this thing. I guess it's supposed to be coconut. Yeah, I guess it is. It's pretty good though. But how in the hell do you commit fraud against the VA and you got 3 prior felonies and you only get 6 months in prison and 6 months home arrest? What the hell is going on in Kentucky? I think Kentucky got taken over by the bleeding heart liberals. I had a couple ice cream sandwiches too earlier. They were pretty good. But the first report out, it didn't say anything about how much he got fined or if he got fined any money at all. I don't know yet. So I'm going to keep an eye out. But at least he got another conviction. Just think if he gets another conviction after this for some stupid shit. But I don't know if y'all know this, but Adam Herrell, who is his first cousin, is also in prison for fraud. But he got like, I think 6 or 8 years in prison or some shit like that. So both the Herrell crime family members are in prison or going. But Jeremy only got 6 months though. I guess Adam had a gay judge he gets suck off. That'd be the only difference. Boy, Harold had a good lawyer. I can see it now. Will the judge let me suck him off and give me the lightest sentence possible? Yeah, it's possible. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I'll ask him. Next thing you know, Jeremy Herrell's sucking like a bullet train, boy. Mmm. I ain't getting none of these for 6 months. Mmm. And he ain't getting none of this for 6 months either. Well, he's going to run his veterans group deal from home. Hmm. I wonder if he's going to be allowed to do that. I mean, you would think the VA would cut him off. You know what I'm saying? Well, if they do, well, he's going to have to find another job. Maybe go back to selling used cars. Being a wino salesman. Can you believe there are people out there that believe Russia is a dictatorship or a communist nation? Are so fucking stupid. Russia could get rid of Putin like that if they wanted to, because it's a democracy. That's how dumb people are, though. It's fucking stupid. Mmm. It's go great with beer. Mm. Well, if that had been me or you, we'd have got 6 years in fucking prison. Jeremy comes out there with 6 months in prison, 6 months home arrest. Yeah, damn, that's highway robbery of our legal system. Ooh wee. Mm. I told you this fucking rebels were gonna take Syria, didn't I? I thought it was gonna be a bigger battle than that, though. Hell, it wasn't nothing. That fucking president saw him coming, and he goes, "One, two, three, 100,000, 600,000. How many troops we got, General? Fuck this shit. I'm flying to Russia. When the rebels get here, y'all just fucking surrender, okay? Don't even put up a fight. Bye bye." Oh fuck, man! There wasn't even a battle or nothing, man. They just fucking bent over and gave it up. I mean, straight up, boy. Yeah, that faction of rebels is controlled by Russia, though. That's who controls that fucking terrorist organization. So now the terrorists took over Iraq, and now another fucking terrorist group took over fucking Syria. I mean, who's next? Fucking Jordan? Shit. But Syria's weak. There's like four main factions that control Syria. I guess there were five, but this one just bent over and gave it up. And so I mean that's about it for Syria. But I told you that I thought the rebels were going to take them, and shit, man, that wasn't even a battle at all. Wasn't even a battle. I mean, them motherfuckers just walked from one side of Syria to the other and just said, "Okay, we're in charge." Nobody even fucking argued about it. Not one fucking shot was fired as they walked into the Capitol. What a way to win a battle, right? Or a fucking war. It wasn't even a war. I mean, I think they only fought like two fucking battles through the whole thing. But after they took it over, I think one of the bases didn't want to give up, and the Syrians just ran in there and blew that motherfucker up. I don't know if y'all seen the news on that yet. That was pretty cool. Watching the explosions and shit. Yeah. Motherfuckers wouldn't give up, man, so they just blew up the fucking ammo dumps. They were hiding in the ammo dumps, and they wasn't gonna give it up, man. So they just blew up the fucking ammo dump. Okay, don't come out. We don't need the fucking ammo. Russia will send us all we need. Bye bye. When the leader of your fucking army and your president surrenders and gets the fuck out of the country, and that should be your first fucking clue, right? You know, you don't be hard headed and then not give up the fucking base. You give up the fucking base. I mean, he might not have told him. Maybe nobody told him. I don't know, but wow, you know. I don't know what's funnier. The rebels walking into the capital of Syria and automatically they're in charge of the country now, or fucking Jeremy Herrell only getting 6 months in prison. I mean, that's like 6 months of cocksucking, and that's it. And that's nothing for Jeremy. That's nothing. I mean, a first-time offender in another state, for example, would get more time than that. I guarantee you, in Texas, you'd have got at least a year and a half minimum. Fucking minimum. It was 4 years of him stealing money, man. 4 fucking years. I guarantee you, in Texas, he'd have probably got a year for every fucking year. You know, however long you stole the money for, that's how long they probably put him in the fucking prison. And unless they were feeling nice about it. And then they might give him like 2.5 years. This motherfucker only gets 6 fucking months. But he's got priors. I'm talking about if you ain't got no priors. If you got one prior felony, shit, man. They're not gonna give you no 2.5 years here. It's gonna be like at least 5 or 6 fucking years minimal. And but not in Kentucky. Hell, you can have 10 felonies and you can commit fraud. You're only gonna get 6 months and then 6 months house arrest. Don't worry about it. Shit, if I ever go to commit a fucking crime like that, I'm going to Kentucky. I ain't gonna do it in Texas. There ain't no fucking way, boy. But in Kentucky, who gives a fuck? You know, it's not like you're gonna spend the rest of your life in prison or anything. I mean, it's like it slap on the old ass and you're out of prison. Damn, Jeremy must have sucked good and hard. That's all I can think about. What's up, poop shoot crazy? Ah. But I was shocked that he only got 6 months in prison. So, but we'll see. But that's good behavior if he does good and everything. If he don't, I think he's gonna they keep him in there for like a whole year. So it's like 4 months to a year, I think, or something like that. And then, but they didn't say how much money they fined him. And then, but when he gets out, he has to do another 6 months house arrest. Okay, that's what the sentence was. But I don't know. I mean, so he should be able to get out 6 months basically, and then spend another 6 months at the house. Big fucking deal. Oh, big fucking deal. Can you imagine the kids waking up, get ready for school, look down there at that fucking ankle bracelet? Yep, dad's a felon. And the next one walks up and says, yep, dad's a felon. And then the third one walking up and says, well, dad can't catch us if we run out of the house. Nope, don't got to worry about getting no more ass whoopings from dad. Oh, that's funny. What are you going to do? Ground us? We'll sneak out the window. You can't do nothing about it, fat ass. Oh, that's funny. I see them when they come home after watching the movie. Hey, Dad, too bad you can't go with us. The movie was really good. Yeah, Dad, it was really good. Yeah, man, it was gnarly, Dad. You know, maybe they'll come home from seeing another movie and go, oh, you wouldn't have liked it anyway, Dad. Why not? Well, there weren't any fat gay guys in the movie, so yeah, you probably wouldn't have liked it. Fuck Jeremy Herrell. He's lucky I wasn't a fucking judge. I'd have gave him 20 fucking years. Technically, he could have got up to 20 years. I mean, he should have got 6 fucking years since he had priors. Minimum 6 to 8, I would think. Maybe 10 if the judge is being mean. But they got lucky as fuck. It's like a first offender sentence or something. And Kentucky needs to fire that son of a bitch. I'm going to find out who he is, do some videos on his sorry ass. I mean, I got a fart. Oh, yeah. That's something Jeremy Herrell can't do. Fart. That dude probably ain't farted in so many years, he probably forgot what it was like to fart. Well, I wonder if old Maurice Delk, his best friend and favorite cocksucker, is going to go visit him in prison and maybe take him a bar of soap. Maybe a chocolate candy bar. Oh, wait a minute. Two things he's already gonna have in prison. I might take a picture of me like this in front of the sink in my bathroom with the, pump soap over here, the hand wash soap, and then maybe some, I don't know, some kind of fragrant soap, like the kind I got in my shower or whatever, and maybe hold up a bar of that Grizzly soap. Yeah, I got some of that too, and just go, and then send that picture to him in fucking prison. What's up, sexy star? Mm. Hell, I forgot all about Sexy Star. I ain't talked to her in so damn long. Mm. I don't know, I might get a couple of them shank steaks and take a picture of those with me eating one of them motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? Hell yeah, maybe some lamb chop shanks. Can't get that in prison. I bet that motherfucker has me blocked when he gets into prison. I bet I'm the only one, or the first one at least, that he blocks. I'll probably get a return postage. Prisoner has blocked letters from this sender. Oh, that's funny. Yeah. Might have to get me a watermelon and slice that some bitch up. Take a picture of me eating watermelon. Hell yeah. Think about Jay-Z. Oh, Jay-Z ain't never getting out of prison. That boy's in prison for the rest of his life. All them little boys and girls are coming out of the woodwork telling on him now. Man, I'd have moved to California and tell him he took advantage of me. And then sue his fucking ass. I'd probably win. Oh, that's just sad. Very sad. Anybody that ever went to his house, like with a couple of friends or something or whatever, they could sue him and win in court now. That's how bad it did. I mean, he ain't gonna have no fucking money when he gets out. Uh, Hold on. I gotta do something half of you motherfuckers out there can't do. Oh, yeah. I know Jeremy Herrell can't do that. Maurice Delk can't do that either. Think about this. You have never, ever, and you will never, ever hear Maurice Delk fart. I guarantee it. Oh, Puff Daddy's in jail. Yeah, he's puffing away, ain't he? Yeah, Yeah, well. Well, since Trump got elected, jobs have exploded 630% up the month for 1 month after Trump got elected. Well, let's give a big salute to Luigi Mangione. He's the guy they say that killed the United Healthcare CEO. And I can tell you, the United Healthcare CEO was a very bad guy. So I'm going to give that guy a thumbs up. He almost got away with it. If he hadn't stopped to eat at fucking McDonald's and had his fucking homemade gun on him, he probably would have got away with it. And they found a bust they think is a head. Well, it's like a head statue is a bust. In case y'all don't know that. At an ancient Egyptian temple, one of the temples they just recently found, and it's perfectly intact. She looked like a fucking slut. Oh yeah. I can tell you, she was butt fucked Egyptian style. Well, Sean did it, and Jay Z is also facing allegations of rape. You know, them two are best friends. I think they were drugging people and having sex with them. Nah, they ain't getting no fried chicken in prison. If they do, it'd be a once a year thing. I can tell you that. I don't know. It's California. Hell, you never know. They might just give them 2 years in prison and say, "Okay, slap on the wrist." California's worse than Kentucky. You know, Kentucky could suck off the judge and get a light sentence. You know, the kind of sentence that people with no convictions get. On the light end of that, I guarantee you the judge should be absolutely fucking removed from being a judge and replaced by somebody, because there's no fucking way a guy with 3 felony priors only gets 6 fucking months in prison and 6 months home arrest for defrauding the VA for 4 fucking years. That's bullshit if you ask me. I'm going to wait till Trump's president and he replaces a bunch of motherfuckers, and then I'm going to write the Justice Department. You know what I mean? Type it out, send them a letter. Need to remove that motherfucking judge. I don't even know who the judge was, but I'm going to find out. Because that's bullshit. At least he was convicted. Yeah, he'll probably spend the night in a single holding cell, and then they'll probably put him in with a bunch of other guys on their way to prison. And one guy will be talking about how he got 5 years, another guy will be talking about how he got 7 years, and so on and so on. They get around to Jeremy, and Jeremy will be like, "Oh, I got 6 months." They'll say, 6 months? What'd you do? I fucking defrauded the VA, they say, but for 4 fucking years. And you only got 6 fucking months. He probably get his fucking ass beat. I'd beat his fucking ass if I was in there and I got like 6 years for some bullshit. Like, I don't know, robbing a fucking bank or something. In my first offense, I got like 5 years. I beat his fucking ass. He got away with fraud for over 4 fucking years, and he only got 6 fucking months. Oh, I'd have to beat his fucking ass. There ain't no question about it, man. He'd be getting his fucking ass beat. I'll wear his fucking ass out. He ain't but 41. I feel pretty confident about that. Yeah, I bet almost Reese Delk is smiling ear to ear. He's probably thinking, yeah, I only got to wait 6 months to go over and suck his dick again. Mo will be making a trip to Kentucky. I wonder how often Maurice Delk went to Kentucky. I mean, when he goes to Florida to buy his drugs, he'll drive all the way to Florida. I'm pretty sure he went through Kentucky a few times. Just when you think I'm out of beer. Oh, that felt good. You ever flick these things? Yeah. You gotta learn to snap your finger when you do it. Catapults the lid. Could you imagine being on one of them tall sail ships, one of them battleships, back in the day, and you're cruising on the ocean, and your boat's outfitted with the biggest fucking guns, and fucking 16 pounders. And then you're coming up to an enemy ship and y'all start exchanging fire. And that motherfucker's hitting you with some 24 pounders. Well, just imagine if you were on a ship that had the 24 pounders and the other ship had the 36 pounders. Holy shit. I was just thinking about that. I couldn't imagine. Fuck that shit. I'd jump overboard and fucking, I don't know, take something to float on and hope the sharks didn't fucking eat me. You want a beer, darling? I'll tell you what. My next paycheck, I will send you some fucking beer. How about that? Yeah, that's a lot of pounders. Hell, I'll settle with a fucking quarter pounder. How about that? From McDonald's. Let me tell you something. McDonald's? Holy crap. Drove by McDonald's the other day and man, it was fucking midnight. And actually, it was after midnight. It was about 12:30 or so at night. And the fucking line was out to the fucking street, man. And it wasn't like they just wasn't getting orders on time. The other side had cars all the way around it, man. I was like, God damn. McDonald's is full of business right now. And I'll tell you why, because they got the best deals. You know, you can still get a Happy Meal for like 10, 11 bucks, I think. You go to any other fucking store and get their signature deal, and you're going to pay like 16 fucking bucks or 20 bucks. Fuck them motherfuckers. They can go out of business, right? And well, Donald Trump owns a little, you know, he owns a big chunk of McDonald's. I think that has a lot to do with it, but yeah, the prices are way down at McDonald's. They can't, none of them other chains fuck with McDonald's. Not Burger King or none of them. White Castle, none of them can fuck with McDonald's. Happy Meals. Okay. I don't really ever buy a Happy Meal. I don't even buy chicken while I go to no fucking fast food restaurant. I get the Big Mac. And if I don't get the Big Mac, I get the quarter pounder that they got there. It's pretty good. I mean, for fast food hamburger, Whataburger used to be good, but now it tastes like, I don't know, the meat tastes like a salty onion anymore. I don't even go to Whataburger anymore. Used to be my favorite hamburger place, but I don't know what the fuck they're making their meat out of or doing with it, but it tastes like shit. I mean, if they go out of business, I don't give a fuck. And Burger King, well, Burger King is better than Whataburger now. I never thought I'd say that, but it is. But they charge too much for their fucking hamburger. It's not even worth going to. I don't even go to Burger King no more. They cost too much. Plus, they're owned by the fucking Brazilians, and they tried to fuck everybody and serve hamburgers without any fucking meat in the burger. They make these soybean burgers or whatever. Fuck you, man. You got a business. I don't give a fuck about Burger King either. That's just the way it is. The only burgers I really like around here, if it ain't McDonald's, I guess I got to go to a restaurant and get a burger. That'd be the only way. Denny's is okay. It's okay burger. It's nothing special. Whataburger Quarter Pounders got their burger beat. They got the best fast food restaurant in the country now. I don't think anybody can mess with McDonald's. Um, you go to a steak restaurant around here and you can get you a good hamburger then. Yeah, they got McDonald's beat. But look at how much you're paying for the fucking burger. You know, you by the time you get your fucking beer and all of that, I mean, you're gonna pay $30 in that motherfucker. You know, drink like 2 beers and a burger and eat a burger. I mean, it's like fucking nuts. The hamburger meal at them places alone are like $20 fucking dollars. Nah, but I disagree with you. Happy Meals are for older guys too, you know, like or people that are just not that hungry. You can get you a Happy Meal, man, and it might do you just right. Never been to a Whataburger. Whataburger used to be the very best, and now they're Whataburger's a pile of shit. If you ask me, I don't even. If I get a Whataburger, I'm gonna order like a fish burger. It's the only fucking thing I'm gonna order at Whataburger. I don't want nothing else at Whataburger. Yeah, I like fast food like I like women's titties. Big. That's why I like Big Macs. Hell yeah. Give me a couple of Big Macs, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm still kind of full though. I think that ice cream filled me back. I'm a sucker for ice cream. I love ice cream. I don't eat too much of it. I mean, you can get sick of ice cream too, you know? You eat too much of it. Fish sticks and ice cream or bomb pops. Yeah, that's the way to go. I've been eating a lot of fish lately. Fish fillet, fish sticks. Order a fucking seafood combo from the local Asian restaurant here. It's always pretty good. But now, like, I find myself ordering the crab cakes, you know, because they're pretty good too. I can't quit eating them some bitches. But when I order them, you know what I do? I put, I just fill up a plate with half of the food. Then I put a couple of crab cakes on there, and then I put the rest in the fucking ice box. Nuke it tomorrow, kind of thing. So if I order from the Asian restaurant, I'm eating for 2 days on that shit. Fuck, if I knew it was that easy to take Syria, shit, man. I think I'd have moved to Syria years ago and started up a terrorist organization took over a couple of oil wells or something, and then saved up all my money, and I'd be the leader of fucking Syria now. Shit, all the motherfucker had to do is get a bunch of people to walk it up to the fucking capital. Man, that Assad motherfucker, he got up and flew his fucking ass to Russia. He heard how big that fucking army was, and he said, "Oh, hell no, I'm getting out of here. You're on your own, General. Bye." What a piece of shit leader that guy was, right? You know, it's funny. He flew to Russia, and he's living in Russia now. Him and his family got asylum there. And the rebel group that took over Syria, they're backed by Russia. It's like, what the fuck? Yeah, like Crab Ragoon. Crab Ragoon's pretty good. But the only crab old Maurice Delk ever ate was what he stole from the store, and well, the crabs that Jeremy Herrell probably gave him when he butt fucked his ass. Two butt buddies right there. Maurice Delk, his best friend, going to prison for 6 months. I wonder if he's gonna like go visit him or anything, you know? Like write him a letter at least. Send him some cash if you can. Well, he don't need no cash, but I mean shit. Send him a picture of your blown out butthole or something. Right? I mean that's your butt buddy right there. And he's going to prison for 6 months. You gotta send him some pictures of something. If it wasn't illegal and I wouldn't get arrested for it, I'd send him a picture of my virgin butthole just to give him something to jack off to. Oh, that'd be bad, man. He might get his ass beat over that one. Boyfriend put that picture on his back, and he'd look down at Jeremy Herrell's blown out butthole. Then he'd look at my fucking butthole, and he'd look back at Jeremy Herrell's butthole, and he'd go, "Bitch!" Start beating his fucking ass in because he got a blown out butthole. Oh, that's funny. Oh, so what's everybody doing tonight, man? Y'all did anything special this week? Y'all ready for Christmas or what? Uh, I done got my Christmas out of the way, man. Mariama's whole family is fucking happy in Africa, and I'm happy. And I don't get paid again till after Christmas. And then I'm going to buy myself a Christmas present. How about that? Hell yeah. What a day. It's a low energy month for me. Smoking a bomb. Well, that's cool. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Hell yeah. Oh, my ass ain't going to prison. Yeah. I can tell you that much. Fuck that. Jeremy Herrell, his fucking ass going to prison. But both Jeremy Herrell and Maurice Delk have already been to prison. I mean, it's not their first time. I'm waiting for Maurice Delk to get busted for drug dealing again, go back to prison. I'm gonna laugh my fucking ass off if he does. But yeah, that motherfucker ducking me. Could you imagine being a wannabe top end Trump podcaster and your county voted 73% fucking Democrat? Could you imagine that? Hell, I moved down here to the fucking valley and all 5 counties voted red for the first time in fucking history. For those of you who didn't know that. Yeah. There's only one county down here voted red one fucking time. And that was back in, I don't know, the 80s or 90s, early 90s. If I think it was 1991. Or maybe 2 counties. I can't remember. I think it's just one. But at least 3 counties, if not 4, it's the first time they ever voted red. But it wasn't one county we're talking about. It ain't the county down here, just the county that I moved to, Hidalgo County. All 5 fucking counties in the Rio Grande Valley voted red. That's all the 5 counties that make up the Rio Grande Valley. And Maurice Delk County voted over 70% Democrat, if you could imagine that. And he thinks he's a popular podcaster. He ain't shit. Ain't nobody listen to a goddamn thing he says because he never says anything. That's his fucking problem. He gets on there and fucking rants occasionally. Big fucking deal. Nobody listens to that bullshit anymore. And he rants about shit that you see on the fucking news. He never tells you anything you didn't know. Like, how many of you knew that Joe Biden was invested in Iranian oil and natural gas? See, nobody in America knew that because I'm the one that fucking discovered it. So that's why I did the fucking live stream. I told you who the fuck you invested into. I named the fucking company. And nobody in America, nobody knew that. See, Maurice Delk doesn't look up shit. He doesn't know a goddamn thing. So if he gets in a conversation with somebody, he probably looks like a bitch in front of everybody. But nobody could do that to me because I know too much. See? So when I talk to people in real life, I could generally, well, if I have long enough to talk to them, I convert people down here. I converted a lot of people to voting red by having real life discussions with them. Why do you vote Democrat? How come you didn't vote for Trump? And then I always hit back at them, well, how about this? Or how about that? And then I always usually write something down and hand it to them and tell them, go look that up. And if they start off with, oh, well, your website will say any fucking thing. No. Look that up on the government sites. See there, I wrote them down there for you. Those are all government sites. And that's where you get what I'm telling you. Go look it up. That's what I always tell them. Next thing you know, they're fucking Republicans now. See, Mo can't do that because he's too fucking stupid. But when you hit somebody with hardcore facts and they look them up, bing, their eyes get open. Now their world has changed. See, you vote Democrat because your great 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 granddaddy voted Democrat, and everybody in between. So it's a family tradition. Well, what happens when the fucking authoritarian mafia motherfuckers come and take over the Democratic Party? Are you still voting Democrat, or are you voting for the people you fucking hate? See, well, if you vote Democrat, you're now voting for the people you fucking hate. The people that are against you in every fucking way. And people don't understand that. And what you have to do is convince them of that. But you can argue with a guy until you're blue in the face and never convince them of nothing, because they're not going to listen. See, people won't listen to you. But if you put a thorn, like a cactus thorn, and push it up into their butt cheek real far enough and leave it there, when they get home, that's going to be fucking hurting. Right? I mean, if you really had one in your butt cheek, God damn, baby, I need you to pull this out, get the pliers. You got to get that thorn out of your ass, so to speak. So when you give them information that counters whatever the fuck they got going on, and they look it up, now it's not you telling them. It's their own fucking eyes reading. That's what's telling them. That's how you change people from voting Democrat to Republican. You have to convince them. You cannot do that when you're arguing with people who will never fucking stop fucking arguing. They'll say stupid shit like Russia is controlled by Putin, which it's not. You can lay down a hardcore fact that 80 to 90% of the fucking Russian people support Putin. And they'll lie. They'll say, no, they don't. No, they fucking want to kill his ass. They want to assassinate him. No, that's fake propaganda they put out about him. The fact of the matter is 86% of the Russian people support Putin, if not more. And that is the hardcore fact. But see, people will argue with you about that. And that's a never-ending fucking argument. So why even bother getting into that fucking argument? Why don't you just write down where they can go look up the fucking facts and hand it to them and say, you go look it up. And then when they get home, they'll look it up. And next time you talk to them, they'll say, well, they'll give you another reason why they vote Democrat, right? Oh, well, Trump is invested into Russia. Oh, really? You can Google that right in front of them and show it to them. Well, Trump does not have one single fucking investment into Russia. The only investment Trump ever had into Russia was when McDonald's was in Russia. But when they invaded Ukraine, McDonald's left, and then Putin opened up the Russian McDonald's. But that's business. You want your restaurant in every goddamn country you can get it in if it's making you money. And but that's it. He had talked to Russian officials about putting in some resorts in the mountains. You know, up around where Bigfoot lives and shit. I mean, who wouldn't want to go see Bigfoot, right? But he never followed through with it because he couldn't get them to, give him the tax cuts and all that shit that he wanted. So he wasn't interested. Because, you put a resort in the mountains, you got to let that grow. It's not going to be in business overnight, making money. It takes a few years for that to kick off. So he never invested into that. And but Trump has never had an investment into Russia. But I'll tell you who has. All of your top end fucking Democrats are invested into Russian energy companies. That's a fact. And all you got to do is Google something like, I don't know, uh, Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer. You fucking pick a fucking name. And you put it in your search, and you type in Russian investment company, and it'll pop right up. It'll be the first fucking thing on your search. Such and such is invested into this company. You look up that company, and it's guaranteed that about 80% or more of all of their investments will be into Russian energy. That's how you know. So then, with Joe Biden, all I had to do was punch in energy company, Joe Biden investment, and it popped up that he was invested into this company. So I got to look up what is that company. 100% of their investment is into Middle Eastern countries, in particular Iranian oil. 80% of their investment is into Iranian oil, and then another percentage into the rest, like natural gas and shit. And so that told me everything I needed to know. So then I did the video exposing that shit, and ta-da! But you will never get Maury Stuck to be able to give you that information. That's why he can't convince nobody to vote Republican. He's too fucking stupid. Paint dude, Bigfoot isn't real. You're wrong. I actually did a video about that too. Bigfoot was by Americans was first sighted in the Korean War, and they ended up fighting a battle against the fucking Bigfoot in the Korean War. And then again in the Vietnam War, where they fought a big fucking battle against what they then called the Mountain Man, or the men of the woods, if you will. And the Vietnamese have known them for years. There's actually stories, like real account stories of people in villages that live by where the Bigfoot lives, passing by and then stopping and handing them like fruit or whatever they got. You know, if they went to the store for meat, they'll hand them meat. And then the Bigfoot will kind of just sit down and start eating whatever they gave him, and they'll walk off, and they bow to him, walk off. So they get along with Bigfoot, and they have for years. Bigfoot is real, but Bigfoot is a fucking ape. It's a fucking ape. That's all it is. When the soldiers fought against them in Vietnam, it's reported that they had fought over 100, maybe 200 or 300 of these Bigfoot. And these Bigfoot were reported as throwing stones, like big rocks at them and shit. If you get into their territory too much, that's what they do. They throw stones at you. The same fucking reports throughout history in the United States, in Canada, and in Russia. So what I did, I went and tracked down all the reports of Bigfoot and dated them. Bigfoot went from Vietnam all the way through India and down into the Indonesian islands. One island in particular there, you'll find a report in like 1972, I think it was. And but as Bigfoot went into smaller islands, he got shorter. In Vietnam, he's reported at being 10 to 11 feet tall. Some of them as short as 9.5 feet, maybe, but they're pretty fucking tall over there in Vietnam. Now, if you get into the Indonesian islands, they're as short as 4 feet fucking tall. In the mainland in Indonesia, they're only about 6 feet tall on average. So, but then they made their way up from India. There's reports about them. I got 3 more reports before they ended up in northern Russia in the mountains. And as they go up into the Russian mountains, the Bigfoot gets taller and taller and taller again. This makes sense. The bigger the area they got, the bigger they are. Same thing happened with that fucking elephant, that prehistoric elephant that went extinct. On the islands here in America, off of what's that fucking island? It's found off of Alaska, where they found the last known remains of these elephants. The elephants were small, man. They didn't get but like 5 feet fucking tall on the average. Some of the smallest 4 feet tall adults. So if you live on an island and you're an animal, you're prone to be smaller. That's just historical fact. The people on the islands of North Japan, the indigenous people, are like miniature people. They're only like 3 or 4 feet fucking tall. Even to this day, they're really short. And but for the most part, they've been bred into real good. And I guess guys like short women, right? So there you go. But they're generally a little taller today. They're like 5 to almost 6 feet tall. They're 5'10", I think. But if you read historical documents, even back as Japan was developing, even going into World War II, them little motherfuckers were short little midgets. And makes you wonder how a 3-foot motherfucker could fight a war against the Japanese military back before they had gunpowder. And even after Japan had guns and they went in there and tried to take the land, they were unsuccessful. Some badass little midgets, man. But they're tiny because they lived on tiny areas of land. See? And same thing with Bigfoot. But Bigfoot, once it got up into the mountains of Russia, man, them motherfuckers were reported to be up to 14 fucking feet tall. 12.5 to 13 feet on average. Hell, when they crossed the water back when the water still froze from Russia to Australia, and they followed those people that crossed over into Alaska, the Bigfoot got smaller. I mean, in America, they've only been reported to be, and Canada, they're only reported to be about 10 feet tall. There's a few reports of them being 12 feet tall, but generally they're about 10 feet tall, if not even 9 feet tall. So for whatever reason, they're not as tall in the Americas as they are in Russia. But Bigfoot is absolutely real. It's a red-haired or brown red-haired ape that throws fucking rocks. So don't say they're not real. Bigfoot's absolutely real. I have a personal belief about them too, though. There was a prehistoric ape that its bone structure was actually 90% cartilage. You might Google about that fucking ape. It went extinct, a long fucking time ago. But it was an offshoot of ape. Okay? My theory is that the current day Bigfoot is an offshoot of that fucking ape family. And it's probably more like 100% cartilage. And if it ain't, I believe its skull is cartilage. That's why it deteriorates in bad weather. So when they die and then their bone or their cartilage deteriorates, you don't have any evidence of Bigfoot. There's no bones there. See, that's my theory. That's why there's never been any bones found. And the only bones they ever found of the prehistoric fucking ape that was 90% all cartilage was his fucking skull. His skull was still bone. But what happens if the skull is cartilage? Well, about 2-3 years down the road, there ain't no fucking bone, so you got no proof of Bigfoot. See? Makes sense, don't it? You probably think aliens aren't real, but I've seen aliens. I can tell you, aliens are real. Our government's in contact with them right now. That's the scary part. Joe Biden talking to the fucking alien. Oh, fuck. You ever wonder what those big fucking holes in the ocean are for? Or what caused them? Perfectly round holes. Could you imagine a race of beings, maybe 3 different alien beings, all with spaceships that could destroy planets using a laser? That's a powerful laser. But if you have a powerful enough laser on a spacecraft and you fire it at the planet, if you go all the way down to the core and you basically destroy the core, you destroy the fucking planet. The planet will implode. That's how they mine. I mean, how else are you going to mine? But if you can mine like that, then once the planet explodes, then you just kind of cruise your ship through there. And if you can detect what's copper, diamond, tungsten, whatever the fuck you want, you just reach out there and grab it and throw it in your fucking ship. Whether it's through little spacecraft or whatever. But that's the best way to mine. What happens if you got sensors that can sense all the way through a planet and you know what that planet's made up of? You know exactly which planets to blow up. And then you go and collect all that fucking shit that you want. And you can go back and forth making trips. Of course, if it's gas, I mean, you don't want to blow up the gas. You want to mine the gas. That would be different. But can you imagine Joe Biden talking to the fucking alien? Hey, I want to, that would be the conversation, right? Hell, he might tell the fucking alien, why don't you come to Earth and suck my fucking... Look down at Kamala Harris down there. I wonder if she's still sucking his cock or not after losing the election. Actually, I think while she was running for president, she quit sucking his cock. She got too big headed. That's why I got mad at her and started talking shit about her. What a fucking fiasco that was. But just think, gas prices down here are about $2.59 a gallon right now. It's pretty good under Joe Biden. But let me tell you, when Donald Trump takes office and he opens up that Alaskan pipeline and all that shit, your price is going to go back down to $1.60, $1.50 a gallon. And your food prices are going to drop. Your paycheck is going to go up. Taxes are going to go down, and that's why your paycheck is going to go up. But we need to find out who this fucking judge was that only gave Jeremy Herrell 6 fucking months prison time, then a 6 months house arrest. Because he needs to be removed from office. Because that's the kind of sentence that you give to a guy who don't have any priors. Jeremy Herrell got priors. He should have got like 6 fucking years. 4 years minimum. If you give him 1 year for every year, he defrauded the fucking government like that. But that would have been a sentence in Texas if you didn't have any prior felonies. But if you have prior felonies, oh shit, your ass would have got double. You would have got like 8 fucking years in prison down here. But in Kentucky, that fucking judge only gave Jeremy Herrell 6 fucking months in prison and 6 months house arrest. Somebody needs to find that judge and stick a fucking dildo that fucking big around up his fucking ass with sandpaper and turn the fucking drill on He needs to get punished for that bullshit sentence. They need to remove him from office, though, really. And they need to replace him with somebody who's going to do the fucking job. What else you got for me? Aliens are real, Bigfoots are real, and your mama stinks because she voted Democrat. What else you want to know? And you can't wash that fucking stink off with soap. They don't make a soap that can wash that stink off. You got to find a good Republican guy and get your mama to fall in love with him and let him fuck that Democrat out of her butthole. That's how you do it. Them Democrat women, they love a guy that fucks them in the butthole. Let me tell you. Oh, God. They wake up next day and wake him up by sucking his cock, and then they start riding it with their butthole. I'm not lying. It's true. That's like Kamala Harris used to wake up Joe Biden every morning. And his wife would just sit there and eat breakfast, Rice Krispies with sliced banana in it, and fucking watch them two get it on like that. And Joe Biden, and she fucked him so bad he went fucking cuckoo in the brain. That's what happened to Joe Biden. It wasn't just the cocaine he was snorting. It was Kamala butt fucking him with her butthole. Made him go fucking senile. He'll start talking like, oh yeah, Kamala Harris is that's Joe Biden. Can you imagine getting pardoned for all that cocaine you snuck into the White House? Ooh, Hunter Biden's a bad motherfucker if you think about it. He's a bad motherfucker. He could probably walk up to you in the middle of Broad Street, blow your fucking brains out, and Joe Biden would pardon him again. Oh, you're pardoned. You're pardoned. You ain't sending my fucking son to prison. Fuck that. You're pardoned. But what a way to get woke up, right? I don't know about the butthole part, but yeah, fucking you wake up and a woman's bouncing on you like that. I've been woke up like that. It's great. I can tell you it's great. Now, every woman I've ever known says the sex is great when you wake them up like that. But I can relate to that. Why it's great. It's just great. You wake up and you got a full off heart on, and some sexy bitch with a nice pussy's riding your fucking cock like that. It's like, God damn, baby. Hell yeah. Oh, what can I say? Women love me. I love them. And, if I never stick a woman's butthole, I'm good. But if they want it, I mean, I'll stick it in there. I mean, yeah. I'm not a butthole guy, though. I'm not, it don't like turn me on like regular sex is the best. That's the way to go. You know? Yeah, I don't know why guys get into that. I don't understand. I don't know how women can get into that either. I never understood that. But I don't really care to understand it, I guess. But I got a movie or two I want to go watch, so I'm going to call it quits, man. But I just wanted y'all to hear the news because I knew you probably hadn't looked it up yet. But yeah, Jeremy Herrell only got 6 months in prison, and then give or take, he could serve up to a year. But they're saying he's probably going to get out in 6 months. So 6 months in prison and 6 months home arrest. But they did not tell how much he had to pay, how much he got fined, if anything. but I will keep tabs on it. Some good beer I've been drinking, man. Ooh wee! I can taste the fucking hops, man. Yeah, that's a hell of a good belch. Anyway, that's like why guys like to belch when they're drinking beer. They get the aftermath taste of the hops and probably the barley and wheat. The flavor, man, Michelob's got the best flavor. Let me tell you, good stuff. Now that's all I got. Adios.